Hello and welcome back to the kitchen of renowned professional amateur chef Tomate Delicioso. As you can see, we are cooking again from my traditional chef's sweater vest that all professional chefs wear and have. I got such a great response from the last video that I was in where we cooked macaroni and cheese, and I've gotten a lot of great suggestions from all of you guys about some different things that I could show you guys how to cook. So I'm back. Before we get started on all of this, again, the very most important thing about cooking to understand is that safety is most important. Last time I had some sort of warning that So once again, there is no cooking without your parents' permission and supervision. They should be with you, they should know what you're doing, and you should get permission from them before cooking anything. Got it? So I've gotten a lot of really great suggestions from all of you students, and keep those coming. If there's foods that you're interested to learn how to cook or make, let me know in the comments, or you can fill out that form you guys have been using. But one that I've gotten a lot of requests for actually is ramen. What I like about ramen and teaching you guys how to make it is, like macaroni and cheese, a lot of you probably already have a package of ramen in your house. And so this is probably something that after watching this video, you can say, hey mom, hey dad, let's cook some of that ramen we have in the pantry. So there's two ways that I'm gonna show you on how to make ramen. There's the normal or traditional way of what's written on the packaging for the directions. Then there's another way that I'll show you, and both are good. One's a little faster. You can decide what you wanna use. So just like with any food that you make, the very first thing you wanna do is wash your hands. I'll wash my hands right now. Okay, hands are washed, feeling clean. Now we're gonna look at the directions on the ramen and see how we make it. You can kind of read that, it's kind of written weird on the packaging, but we boil 2 cups of water in a saucepan, then we add the noodles. All right, so I've got my measuring cup here, and I got my pot right here. So we're just gonna fill this up twice. There's 1 cup. And there's 2 cups. All right, and again, just like with the macaroni and cheese, this is going to get very, very hot. So again, make sure your parents are supervising you, they're watching what you're doing, and they know what you're doing to make sure that you can stay safe. So because we want to get this to a boil, we're gonna turn this on the most heat. So you can see the little indicator here. That one says that this is the back left corner, which is where I'm at. So I'm gonna turn the heat on all the way up, and we're gonna wait for our water to boil. And again, the other thing about cooking on the stove here is the handle of your pot. You want it facing towards the inside of your range is what this is called. Again, it's just so that you don't accidentally bump into that and spill this hot water. Make sure that's not in a place where, like over the edge, it's not in a place where you can run into it. Into the middle. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Mr. Tomate Delicioso, where is your mustache? Listen, my mustache and me, we are at war. I've tried to get it back. I've tried to get it to hang out with me. I don't know what to do. I'll get it eventually. Okay, so while that's coming to a boil, let's continue reading these instructions here. Okay, so we're gonna add the noodles and cook for 3 minutes while stirring occasionally. That means every once in a while, we're gonna give it a quick little stir. So we're just about to put the noodles into the boiling water, and just like with the macaroni, there's something really important you need to do before you just dump the whole thing in there, all right? Inside here is the little flavor packet. Take that out before you put the noodles in, otherwise it's gonna be a bad time. Our water just came to a boil. Boiling just means that you're seeing those bubbles come up from the top, and it means that we're ready to put our noodles in. So I'm gonna grab the noodles, and get your parents' help with this. This is probably the most dangerous part of this whole thing, is you're gonna very carefully place the noodles into the water. Okay, then we're gonna set our timer for 3 minutes. And like the packaging said, then we're just gonna stir this every once in a while. So I might even just push this down. I got a really long spoon here, so I don't have to put my hand over the steam. And you can see that it's starting to foam up and bubble up. I'm gonna turn it down, just like we did with the macaroni, probably do about there. And that just helps so it doesn't foam over, it doesn't get too bubbly on you. So now that that's going, we'll look at our next direction here. So it says that after 3 minutes, we're going to turn the heat off, add contents of flavor packet, and stir well for 1 minute until the flavoring is fully dissolved. And that's basically it. Then the third step is basically just a warning. It's gonna be very hot, so make sure you allow some time for it to cool. So we're almost done actually, if you can believe that. Timer's just about to go off. We got about 40 seconds. So I'm gonna get my flavor packet open so that I'm ready to turn off the heat and to pour this in right when that goes off. All right, that's looking pretty good. I'm just gonna turn the heat off. I'm actually gonna take it off of the heat away from there so a little safer for me to handle. Then I got my flavor packet here. I'm just gonna dump that all in there. There's a whole bunch of different flavors of ramen. I'm sure you know this one's beef. And then we're gonna mix it until it's dissolved in the water. You can see the water is turning that brown flavor, just like that. And then it just says to let this sit for at least 1 minute and then to be very careful because that's hot, but that's done. Not too bad, pretty easy. While that's hanging out and cooling down, I wanna teach you guys the other way that you can cook ramen. Okay, so there's a much lazier and probably easier way of cooking ramen that I'll show you now. Again, even though this way does not include using the stovetop, you still need to get your parents' permission and they should be supervising you. I know it's annoying, but here comes that warning sign again. Just get your parents' permission before you make your food and make sure you have their permission and they're supervising you. So with this method, what you'll need is you can either use like a Tupperware, so like a plastic container, or you can use like a cereal bowl. Just make sure that whatever you're using is not made of metal. So it can't be like a pot or it can't be like a can. It has to be either a plastic or like a dish, okay? What we'll do, so again, we have our packaging here. We're gonna take our flavoring out, and then we're gonna take our brick of noodles here, and we're gonna put it into the container. Then we're gonna go get some water, and I'm not even gonna measure this. I'm just gonna put enough water to make sure that it's floating. So once I see that it's floating a little bit, I'm gonna take it off. You wanna make sure that the noodles are floating because you wanna make sure that when it's cooking, all the noodles get cooked through, and you need enough water to do that. So all you'll do is you'll take your noodles, and you're just gonna put it in the microwave. Every microwave is a little bit different on how long you need to do this. For mine, I found that 4 minutes is a pretty good time. Other microwaves, maybe it's 5 minutes. Maybe start with 4, and if you need to do another minute, then you can do that. So I'm gonna do 4 minutes and give it a go, and we'll let that cook in there. So this is a little behind the scenes action going on right here. Still cooking, right, in the microwave, our food's still cooking. But I was asking myself, how am I gonna get that out? Because I need to have hot pads because it's gonna be really hot, you'll see in a second. It's like, how am I gonna hold the camera while showing that I need to be safe while taking them out? Problem solved. I put a chair on the counter. I'll just put the camera right on top of the chair. Tomato delicioso. Very smart. The timer just went off on the microwave, and this is really important. Get your parents' help with this because this is very, very hot. So when I go to get this out, I'm either gonna use some hot pads. These are the things that you use to take like something really hot out of the oven with, or I have just like a towel that I can maybe fold over, and that'll give me some protection. But do not just reach in there and grab that. That is very hot. So use something, get your parents' help. So I'm just gonna go in here. I'm gonna grab that, and I'm gonna put it down someplace that is okay for heat. So I'm gonna put it right down here. Staying safe is cool. So we've got our cooked noodles here, and the last thing we need to do is just put our flavoring in. So just like with the other one, put our flavoring in, grab my spoon again, a long spoon, and just mix it in till the flavor's all dissolved. Kind of break up the noodles a little bit. And just like with the last one, I'm gonna let this sit. It's too hot right now, but in about another minute, that is gonna be some delicious ramen soup. It's just that easy. Again, I hope this was helpful. All the responses in the comments that I got from the macaroni and cheese video last week tells me that this is something that is interesting to a lot of you guys. You guys wanna know how to cook things and these practical or useful skills. I got some more great suggestions from you guys that I'm gonna be making next week, and I'm really, really excited about it. So again, most importantly, while you're in the kitchen, stay safe, make sure your parents are with you, they're supervising you, and you have their permission to be cooking. So stay safe out there, and I will see you guys in the next video.